What is up, Broncos fans? The Denver Broncos Show back again, here to do another video. In this video, I'll be recapping the Broncos' 38-35 loss to the Baltimore Ravens tonight. We are now eliminated from the playoffs. The Ravens will move on to play either the Houston Texans or the New England Patriots in next week's AFC Championship game. Obviously a disheartening loss, disappointing loss, but you got to give credit where credit's due. The Ravens talked a lot going into this game, and they sure backed it up. So credit to the Baltimore Ravens and their team, and much respect to them. They outplayed us, and we gave them every reason to beat us, and that's exactly what they did. So nothing but credit and respect to the Ravens from me. I mean, that they deserve the win. They outplayed us, and we made too many mistakes. They capitalized on those and got the win, and we're the better team tonight. So congratulations to the Baltimore Ravens on moving on to the AFC Championship. Congratulations to all their fans here on YouTube, and best of luck to you guys next week against either New England or Houston. Should be a good game. As a Broncos fan, obviously very disappointing. This year was basically for nothing. Just a disheartening loss, a tough loss. Obviously not the way we wanted to end our season, but it is what it is. We didn't play well. We had way too many penalties. The turnovers killed us, and we gave up way too many big plays defensively through the passing game. Joe Flacco was phenomenal. Got to give him credit. He made some great throws in this game, and Baltimore beat us. They were the better team, and again, credit to them. I'm not going to sit here and break down the statistics. If you watch this game, you know why we lost. I mean, we just made way too many mental errors and just too many mistakes in general, and Baltimore was able to capitalize on those mistakes. But really, the penalties killed us. I think we had 9 or 10 penalties in this game, just stupid, unwarranted penalties that you can't have. You can't commit that many penalties at home and expect to win in the playoffs, especially against a battle-tested, mentally tough team like the Baltimore Ravens. So that really hurt us. I thought the officiating in this game was horrible both ways. I don't want to say that Baltimore got more calls than we did, because they did, and I thought there was bad calls going for both teams. I thought we got some calls in this game that we shouldn't have, and Baltimore got some calls in this game that they shouldn't have. It was just a really poorly officiated game, but the penalties were really bad for us, and then all the big plays we gave up through the air defensively was just pathetic. I mean, the pressure on Joe Flacco was non-existent. We did a poor job of getting pressure on him. He really had a clean pocket to throw in pretty much all game, and he was able to go through his reads, made really good decisions, made some phenomenal throws down the field, and played really well. And you got to give the Ravens offensive line a lot of credit. They did a great job of neutralizing our front seven, and did a great job of neutralizing Von Miller and Elvis Dumervil. I think we only had 1 sack in this game. It came at a pretty big time in overtime, but still, we just did not do a good enough job of consistently pressuring Joe Flacco throughout the game, and he was able to make some great throws and played really well. Got to give him a lot of credit, and once again, all the credit in the world to the Ravens offensive line. They did a great job protecting him and giving him time to read the field and decipher our defense and make some good decisions. And we just gave up a ton of big plays. Raheem Moore and Mike Adams were terrible in this game. Both of those guys should be ashamed of the way they played. I'm sure they're beating themselves up harder than I or any other Bronco fan could, but those guys both really played poorly in this game. They both look lost and confused out there, showed a lack of focus, which you don't like seeing from anybody on your team going into a big playoff game like this. And Champ Bailey didn't play well as well. I think the only corner that really played well throughout the game was Chris Harris. He gave up a couple catches, but I thought for the most part Chris Harris was our most consistent player in our secondary throughout this game. I thought he made some pretty good plays, did a decent job on Anquan Bolden throughout the game, but Champ Bailey got burned multiple times by Torrey Smith. We gave up a big touchdown to him right before halftime. The Ravens, with that touchdown, were able to tie the game at 21. I mean, if you limit that play right there, you win the game. And then the other big play we gave up towards the end of the game with 31 seconds left, gave up a 70-yard touchdown pass to Jacoby Jones. Just a terrible angle by Raheem Moore, terrible risk and terrible gamble, very unnecessary gamble for him to take. Just went for a pick, took a horrible angle, and the ball basically fell right in Jacoby Jones's lap, and he was able to just jog in for a touchdown, and that tied the game, forced overtime. And those 2 plays right there, you take away those, you win the game. So those big plays really hurt us. The penalties really hurt us. The turnovers really hurt us. The 3 turnovers from Peyton Manning. I mean, those are obviously uncharacteristic of him, but those are just turnovers you can't commit, and those are the 2 picks that he had were throws that you can't make. I mean, the pick 6, I mean, obviously that really hurt us, but the throw in overtime where he's on the run under pressure and then throws back across his body, Peyton Manning has to know better than that. Just a really poor decision by Peyton Manning, and that basically gave the Ravens the win. So that hurt us. I thought our front seven didn't do a real good job of stopping Ray Rice. I thought as the game wore on, we did a fairly good job of containing Ray Rice, but the Baltimore Ravens did a good job of being really balanced on the offensive end, did a good job of giving the ball to Ray Rice, feeding him the ball. He made a couple really nice runs for them, had a couple big runs in this game, and they did a good job once again of blocking up front. They were more physical than us up front with their offensive line against our defensive line, and we didn't do a good job of really stopping or stuffing their run game. I think Ray Rice had over 100 yards. You can't let the Ravens do that and expect to win. And then I also thought the game management in this game by John Fox was terrible. I just thought some of the decisions he made were really poor in this game. I thought it was a really poorly coached and managed game by John Fox. I think he deserves a lot of blame for this loss. And I thought the play calling was terrible. There was multiple 3rd-and-1 situations in this game where we just decided to run the ball. I mean, just very predictable play calling. And there was a couple times we got it. Give Jacob Hester the credit for a couple 3rd downs. He was able to fight for some tough yards, get it. But I thought the play calling was really predictable at times in this game, and just the game management in general. I thought John Harbaugh really outcoached John Fox in this game. I thought Fox was really from a situation standpoint as a coach and just managing the game. He was just really just bad and terrible, and he didn't coach this game like he has throughout the regular season. So I thought the coaching was also a big reason we lost this game, and just the lack of focus we showed in this game also was a big reason we unfortunately came out with a loss here against the Baltimore Ravens. And their defense came up with some big plays. I thought our offense just was wildly inconsistent throughout the games. Peyton Manning had a lot of poor throws, made a lot of poor decisions in this game. And we didn't really get Demaryius Thomas going, which again, that's something we didn't do in the first game against the Ravens, and we didn't do it here once again, which you hate seeing. But I thought Decker played really well. I thought Brandon Stokely made some phenomenal catches. The touchdown catch he had was great, and he made another big catch, I believe, in overtime, which was just a great job of him. It was a really poor throw by Peyton Manning, but Stokely was able to hustle back, come back to the ball, get his hands under it before it hit the ground. Great catch, great play by Stokely. And Peyton even had a couple nice throws in this game. I thought the touchdown throw to Moreno just was an absolute dart, and the throw to Stokely was pretty good. Thomas had the nice touchdown on the screenplay. But got to give Trent Holiday a lot of credit, man. He played great, and he did his job, and those two plays were great for us, gave us momentum in the game. And I believe those were that is the first time in NFL history that a player has had a kickoff return and a punt return for touchdowns in a playoff game. So credit to Trent Holiday for that. And I believe it's also the first time a player has ever returned a kickoff for a touchdown and a punt return for a touchdown in a playoff game in the history of the Broncos franchise. So Trent Holiday making some history. Got to give him credit. He did his job, man. Not mad at him or mad with him at all. He was great for us and played really well. Ronnie Hillman also had an outstanding game. I think this will be a game going forward for Ronnie Hillman to build on going into next season and give him some confidence. I thought he played really well, made some really good plays in the open field, showed good patience and vision, and really played well. Gave us a good option in the running game and made some plays. And again, I think this will be a really good learning and growing experience for Ronnie Hillman, playing in this type of game and that type of atmosphere, and playing well and performing well and executing well. I think that'll be a big confidence builder and something for Ronnie Hillman to build on this offseason going into next year. We just committed too many mistakes in this game, and Baltimore was able to capitalize on those. More power to them, man. You got to give them credit. I mean, obviously, I'm upset. I'm frustrated. I wish we would have beat the Ravens. They talked some smack going into this game, but you got to give credit where credit's due. And the Ravens were the more physical team in this game. They committed less turnovers. They made less mistakes. And at the end of the day, they were able to make a play at the end of the game and get the W. So you got to give that team credit. Obviously, not the ending I think all us Bronco fans wanted. Really shitty, sucky end, disappointing end, frustrating end to the season. Obviously, pretty upset as a Broncos fan, but it is what it is. It's just a football game at the end of the day. Unfortunately, we came up short. I mean, we had every advantage, and we just couldn't get the job done. We got no one to blame but ourselves, and just made too many mistakes, man. Showed a lack of focus and just did not play well. So tough loss, man. But hopefully our team can take what we accomplished this year and utilize this loss as fuel going into next season, and motivation and fire throughout the off season going into next season. And then hopefully, if we're lucky enough to be in the same position next season, we can capitalize on it. So that's it for me, guys. I think I've covered about just everything in the game that happened in the game. Once again, I know I've already said it a million times, but congratulations to the Baltimore Ravens, to their players, their coaches, all their fans here on YouTube. Congrats to you guys. You guys are the better team. You deserve all the respect and credit in the world. And once again, best of luck to you guys next weekend in the AFC Championship game. I'll be pulling for you guys. You beat us, so got to give you credit, and then I'll be pulling for you guys to beat either New England or Houston. Been a fun season. Disappointing end, obviously a little frustrated, a little upset, but it is what it is. Got to move on. There's bigger things in life than football, and best of luck again to the Ravens next week. Thank you to all the Broncos fans, to all you that have watched my videos all season, commented on my videos. I appreciate the support. I'm just a freaking dude from Denver that likes talking football, and it's great that there's people out there that like hearing my opinion and like what I do. It really means a lot to me. So thank you once again. And as much as I hate to say it, as always, go Broncos. Even in a loss, sucks we lost, but that's it for me, guys. Take care and have a great rest of your night.